Okay, I'm ready to begin. Miss Toles, are you there? Okay,
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
okay.
Thank you. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
All right.
Good morning, everyone. This is your first appearance hearing before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County.
Buenos días a todos. Esta audiencia es su comparecencia inicial en el Tribunal Menor de Primera Instancia del Condado de Clayton.
My name is Brad Gardner, and I'm a judge in this court.
Yo soy el licenciado Brad Gardner, soy un juez en este tribunal.
I'm here to inform you of the charges that have been filed against you,
Estoy aquí para informarles de las acusaciones formuladas en su contra,
to advise you of certain rights,
también para informarles de ciertos derechos,
to set bail on those offenses that I'm authorized to set bail,
para imponerles fianza por las acusaciones las cuales tengo la autorización de imponerles fianza,
to schedule a preliminary hearing,
para programar su audiencia preliminar
and to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney
y también para determinar si requieren el asesoramiento de un abogado.
You have the right to remain silent and say nothing.
Tienen derecho a permanecer callados sin decir nada,
But should you give up this right, anything you say during this proceeding may be used against you.
pero si eligen renunciar a ese derecho, cualquier cosa que digan durante esta audiencia se puede usar en su contra.
So please don't discuss the facts of your case.
Así que por favor no hablen de los hechos de su caso.
During this and all other proceedings, you have the following rights:
Durante esta audiencia y cualquiera ulterior tendrán los siguientes derechos:
to the presumption of innocence,
el derecho a que se le presume inocente,
to indictment by a grand jury for most felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors,
el derecho a que se le formule una acusación formal cuando se trate de delitos graves o que proceden en su contra con una acusación general cuando se trate de delitos menores,
to a speedy and public trial by jury,
el derecho a un juicio público y sin demora ante un jurado,
to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you,
el derecho a ver, a escuchar y a contrainterrogar los testigos convocados a declarar en su contra,
to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf,
el derecho a obligar que comparezcan testigos para que declaren a su favor,
to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence in your own defense,
el derecho para que ustedes mismos declaren y presenten pruebas en su propia defensa,
and to have an attorney represent you.
y también el derecho a un abogado que los represente.
If you cannot afford an attorney, one can be appointed to represent you if you qualify.
Si no puede costear el servicio de un abogado, se le puede designar uno de oficio si cumplen los requisitos.
Some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds for your release from jail.
A algunos de ustedes se les permitirá depositar fianzas sin restricciones para que salgan en libertad de la cárcel.
These bonds may be posted by cash, commercial, or property.
La fianza se puede depositar en efectivo, tramitándola a través de una compañía comercial de fianzas o poniendo de garantía un inmueble.
Some of you will have special conditions on your bond that prohibit you from contacting certain people or going to certain places.
Algunos de ustedes tendrán fianzas que conllevan condiciones las cuales prohíben que tengan contacto con ciertas personas o que vayan a ciertos lugares.
You will also be prohibited from contacting the victim while you are in jail.
También se les prohibirá tener contacto con la víctima mientras estén detenidos en la cárcel.
If you violate the court's order, your bond will be revoked and you can remain in jail until your trial.
Si infringe la orden judicial, su fianza quedará revocada y permanecerán detenidos hasta su juicio.
You could also receive additional felony charges.
También se le podría formular acusaciones mayores adicionales.
It is important to note that if someone is listed as a victim in your case, that person will not be allowed to post your bond.
Cabe notar que si alguien aparece como la presunta víctima en su caso, a esa persona no se le permitirá depositar la fianza por usted.
Some of you are charged with offenses for which this court is not authorized by law to set bond.
Algunos de ustedes tienen acusaciones las cuales yo no tengo la autorización de imponerles fianza.
In this event, a bond hearing will be scheduled before a judge of the Superior Court of Clayton County, and you will be informed of that date.
Si este es su caso, una audiencia para la determinación de la fianza se programará ante un juez de la Sala Superior del Tribunal del Condado de Clayton y le informaré de la fecha.
If you are currently on active probation, this court is not authorized to set bond at this time.
Si actualmente está cumpliendo una condena de libertad condicional, no tengo la autorización de imponerles fianza en este momento.
Where the bond is appropriate in your case will be reconsidered after your probation officer has had an opportunity to consider this new arrest.
Se determinará si es apropiado imponerles fianza en su caso una vez que su agente de libertad condicional ha tenido la oportunidad de reconsiderar esta nueva detención.
The purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine whether there is sufficient evidence to support the allegations against you.
El propósito de la audiencia preliminar es para determinar si existen suficientes pruebas para avalar las acusaciones en su contra.
The standard at this stage is very low.
Las normas en esta etapa judicial son muy bajas.
A judge determining whether a charge goes forward at this stage only has to determine that it is possible that the crime occurred.
Para que un juez determine en esta etapa judicial que una acusación sigue en pie, solamente tiene que determinar que es posible que se cometió el delito.
Everyone has the ability to waive their right to a preliminary hearing.
Todos tienen la habilidad de renunciar a su derecho a una audiencia preliminar.
However, you should speak to a lawyer first if you're unsure about whether it is appropriate to waive your preliminary hearing.
Sin embargo, deberían consultar con un abogado primero si no están seguros si les conviene o no renunciar a la audiencia preliminar.
If you post bond, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived.
Si depositan fianza, la audiencia preliminar queda renunciada automáticamente.
You will receive notice at the address you give of your next court date.
Y recibirá notificación de la próxima cita judicial en la dirección que deja registrada.
Okay, lastly, I need everyone to raise your right hand, please.
Y por último, si todos pueden levantar la mano derecha, por favor.
Do you swear or affirm that in statements you make during this proceeding will be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Juran o afirman que cualquier cosa que digan en esta audiencia será la verdad y toda la verdad. Ante Dios lo juran.
Okay, let's begin with Mr. Rafael Mieja.
Señor Rafael Mejía.
Sir, can you hear and understand the interpreter?
Señor, ¿puede usted oír y entender a la intérprete?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Sí, sir. Señor.
You've been charged with one
Yes, sir.
count of criminal trespass. The bond is going to be set at $1,500.
Señor, a usted se le acusa de una infracción de invadir o hacer daños en una propiedad ajena. La fianza se le impone a $1,500.
Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Señor, ¿piensa que va a poder depositar esa fianza para salir?
Sí, lo puedo depositar.
Yes, I can post that.
Okay, this is a misdemeanor offense. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201.
Señor, este es un delito menor. Entonces su audiencia preliminar se señala para el día 19 de octubre a las 8:30 de la mañana en la sala 201.
Sí, ¿Podría preguntar algo?
May I ask something?
Yes, sir.
Sí, señor.
¿Puedo explicar lo que pasó en esa casa?
I'm going to explain what happened at that house.
Not right now.
Ahora no, señor.
This is being broadcast over the internet.
Esta sesión se está transmitiendo por el internet.
You should speak to a lawyer first before
Debería-
you speak to anyone.
Debería hablar con un abogado primero antes de hablarlo con cualquier persona.
Would you like
Okay.
me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Quisiera que yo determine si usted cumple requisitos, señor, para un abogado de oficio.
Sí, yo tengo un abogado.
Yes, I have an attorney.
Okay, so you want to go with the attorney that you have?
Está bien. Entonces, ¿usted quiere seguir con el abogado que ya tiene?
Bueno, el hijo mío me tiene un abogado.
Well, my son has an attorney for me.
Okay.
Está bien.
Please speak to that attorney before you speak to anyone else about your case.
Por favor, hable con ese abogado antes de hablar con cualquier persona sobre su caso.
That preliminary hearing date that I set, that date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail.
Y la fecha de la audiencia preliminar quedará renunciada una vez que usted salga de libertad de la cárcel y luego le notificará por correo la fecha de la próxima audiencia.
Do you have any other questions for me, sir?
¿Tiene alguna pregunta más, señor?
Bueno, no puedo explicar por qué razón me arrestó el oficial.
Well, I can't explain why it was that the officer arrested me.
It's not in your best interest, sir.
Es que no le conviene, señor.
Because I can't do anything about why the officer arrested you at this stage.
Porque
And
en esta
so-
etapa judicial no puedo hacer nada con respecto al por qué el oficial lo detuvo.
And so you're placing yourself in a dangerous situation of potentially saying something
Entonces,
that you shouldn't say.
usted está poniéndose en peligro de posiblemente decir algo que no debería.
Ay,
Okay.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Bueno, señor, ya se puede retirar. Gracias.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Tolles.
Thank you, sir. Everyone have a great day.
Yes, ma'am. You have a great day also. Mr. Florio. Let's bring up Mr. James Burke. Mr. Florio, is Mr. Burke gonna waive?
Yes, sir, he is. We're going to waive extradition.
Okay. Mr. Burke, I would normally address you directly during this proceeding, but because you've taken advantage of the opportunity to hire a lawyer, all of my discussions are going to be with Mr. Florio. You should understand that anything you say during this proceeding is broadcast over the internet. It's out. It's not private. So don't say anything that you would not want the whole world to know.
understood.
Mr. Florio, he is wanted, looks like out of New York.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything that you want me to know about Mr. Burke?
Judge, just that he's been incarcerated in Clayton County since May. We had a motion to suppress yesterday, which was granted, and all charges were dismissed against him by way of the state. And so that forms the basis of his first appearance this morning before the court. And
Okay.
he desires to try to get back to New York as quickly as possible to resolve. I think it's a probation parole matter in the state of New York. And he has local counsel on standby in New York who is anticipating his arrival as quickly as possible.
Okay, Deputy, so do you have the waiver forms for Mr. Burke to sign?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Once Mr. Burke signs those documents, he'll be free to go back and I'll sign them and the clock will start ticking today. Yes, I'm sorry, sir.
The time frame they have to come and get me?
The statutory time period is 30 days. There could be an additional 30-day period that they can request. My experience is that the police department in New York, we actually had to place someone on a calendar one time because the detectives were here to take him back. The fugitive department people, they know kind of how everybody deals with it because they're working with them on a day-to-day basis. I just don't know.
60 days
So
is the maximum?
I'm sorry, sir.
60 days is the maximum days, correct?
30 days is statutory maximum. Upon good cause shown, you can ask for an additional 30 days. My understanding, just in loose discussions, is that most departments will come and get you way before then. But because I don't work in those departments and I don't make those decisions, I can't make any promise to you about when it will happen.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Florio?
No, sir, Your Honor. And Mr. Burke, I've got a certified copy of the dismissal. I'll bring it to you at the jail so you can present it in New York, okay?
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate that. Enjoy your day. Thanks a lot, Flora. Enjoy this.
Okay. All right. Mr. Burke, you're free to go back. Ms. Florio, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Have a good
Your
day.
Honor. Thank you, sir. You as well.
Okay, let's switch over to the ladies' side.
Ms. Broner.
Ma'am, you're charged with 1 count of driving on a suspended license and 1 count of failing to yield or failing to have your headlights on. You're gonna have a $1,500 bond set for the driving on suspended license charge, and you're gonna have a $500 bond set for the charge of driving with no headlights on. So that's gonna leave a total bond set at $2,000. You believe you can post that bond, ma'am?
Yes.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Did you fill out one of the court-appointed attorney forms?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. For some reason, I'm not seeing your file. Are you currently working, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
But how much do you make per hour?
I am a forensic accountant, so it depends.
How much do you make per month?
Monthly, anywhere from 5,000 to 6,000.
Oh, that pushes you over the edge of being eligible. So I can appoint a lawyer for you because you make too much. So you're gonna have to hire your own lawyer. Do you have any questions for me, ma'am?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Ms. Hartman.
Ms. Hartman, ma'am, you charge one count of use of possession of drug-related objects. Bond's gonna be set at $1,500. Do you believe you can post that bond? Your preliminary hearing date is gonna be set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. The date will get waived upon your bond out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
And it looks like you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Mr. Jimenez,
I'm sorry, what was the name?
Jimenez Perez,
Okay. Okay. Okay, ma'am, you've been charged with one count of interference with custody. I set the bond at $1,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning. I'm sorry, that's October 19th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're gonna hire your own lawyer?
she said yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you have any questions for me? Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for him?
Not at this time, sir.
All right, you can go back. Sit down.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
Mr. Purinton, Ms. Purinton, my bad, excuse me.
Uh-uh. Say that name one more time
Purinton,
with a T,
P, it starts with a P.
a P.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, ma'am, you're charged with one count of driving under alcohol to the extent that you're a less safe driver, and one count of an open container violation. There's going to be a $5,000 bond set on the DUI charge and a $500 bond set on the open container charge for a total bond of $5,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Purinton, for some reason, you were left out of the system. I have your bond order, but I don't have your warrants, and I don't have your CAA form. Are you currently working, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
About how much do you make per hour?
I mean, was changed, but I mean 17.
Okay. You do qualify, ma'am, of going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back, ma'am.
Ms. Ringer?
Miss Ringer, ma'am, you've been charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. The bond is going to be set at $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a James Simpson. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Would you like, well, your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 19 at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, ma'am, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Your Honor, that concludes for the female side.
There was a Miss Washington.
Okay, I have her here, Your Honor.
Okay.
Come on up.
Miss Washington, ma'am, you've been charged with 8 offenses. And one of them is a felony offense. You've been charged with 2 separate counts of driving under the influence of alcohol. I've set the bond at $2,500 each for each count, for a total of $5,000. You're charged with 1 count of deprivation. I've set the bond at $1,000. 1 count of having a child in the vehicle with no restraint or car seat. Bond is going to be set at $1,000. 1 count of violation Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Bond is going to be set at $3,000. That's a felony offense. Possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Bond is set at $1,500. An open container violation. Bond is set at $500. And no insurance. Bond is going to be set at $1,000. So let me add this up. So your total bond is going to be set at $13,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Are you currently working, ma'am?
Yes.
About how much do you make per month or per hour?
15.50 an hour.
Okay, so you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back. So that's it for the lady side.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, thank you for your assistance. Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge. You too.
All right, let's switch over to the male side.
Mr. Banks.
Okay, Mr. Banks. Sir, you're charged with one count of simple battery. Bond's going to be set at $4,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Tanisha Banks. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you will get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No, thank you.
I'm sorry?
No, thank you. I got.
Oh, okay. Do you have any questions of me?
No.
Okay, Mr. Banks, you're free to go back.
Mr. Blair.
Give me 1 second, Mr. Boyer. Did you say Boyer, B-O-Y-E-R?
Said, Blair, Your Honor, Dijon Blair.
Okay. I don't think I have paperwork for Mr. Boyer. I have a Black and a Blair.
That's why I said, Your Honor, Blair.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I thought you said Boyer. Mr. Blair, sir, you're charged with one count of failing to register. There's an indication that you are on probation or parole. So I cannot set a bond at this point on this offense. You're gonna have a preliminary hearing date set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning, and you're gonna have a bond hearing date set for October 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Okay. You do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me? Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Mr. Black.
Mr. Black, sir, you're charged with one count of tampering with evidence. I have dismissed this charge. So when you go back and this gets entered into the system, you'll be free to go. Do you have any questions of me?
Thank you.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Mr. Caldwell.
Mr. Caldwell, so you're charged with one count of possession of firearm by a convicted felon, one count of terroristic threats or acts, one count of obstructing an officer, and one count of theft by receiving stolen property. You're gonna have a $5,000 bond set on the possession of firearm by a convicted felon charge. I've dismissed the terroristic threats or acts charge. I've set a $2,000 bond on the obstructing an officer and a $5,000 bond on theft by receiving stolen property. So you're gonna have a total bond set at $12,000. You believe you can post that bond? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? I'm sorry, was that a yes? No. Okay. You have any questions of me, Mr. Caldwell?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Mr. Collier.
Mr. Collier, sir, you're charged with 1 count of violation, Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Excuse me, your bond is going to be set at $3,000. You believe you can post that bond?
Maybe, sir, yes.
Okay, your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
I'm sorry.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Mr. Cross?
Mr. Cross, sir, you're charged with 1 count of use or possession of drug-related objects, 1 count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, 1 count of failing to dim your headlights. You're gonna have a $1,500 bond set for the use of possession of drug-related objects, $3,000 bond set for violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, and a $500 bond set for failing to dim your headlights. So your total bond is going to be $5,000. You believe you can post that bond? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 20th in courtroom 201 at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Okay, you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me? Okay, you're free to go back.
Ms. Davis?
Mr. Davis, sir, you're charged with 1 count of driving a vehicle without a valid license and 1 count of driving under the influence of alcohol. Your bond is going to be set at $1,000 for the license charge and $5,000 for the driving under the influence of alcohol charge, for a total bond of $6,000. Do you believe you can post that bond? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No.
I'm sorry, you say no?
No.
Okay. Okay, sir. You're free to go back.
We're gonna stay down here and I'll go back in there. Ms. Dunbar?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Dunbar. Sir, you're charged with 1 count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce and 1 count of use or possession of drug-related objects. You're gonna have a $1,500 bond set for the possession of marijuana less than an ounce charge and a $1,500 bond set for use or possession of drug-related objects for a total bond of $3,000. You believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning. It's going to be in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back, Mr. Dunbar.
Mr. Ellis.
Mr. Ellis, sir, you're charged with one count of failing to stop or yield at a stop sign, one count of driving a vehicle with the expired or invalid tag, and one count of driving on a suspended license. Your bond is going to be set at $500 for the failure to yield at the stop sign, $500 for the tag violation, and $1,500 for the driving on a suspended license. So you're going to have a total bond set at $2,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Honestly, no, sir. Under certain circumstances.
Okay. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay, you do qualify, Mr. Ellis. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. You're gonna have a preliminary hearing date set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll receive a new court date in the mail. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, I do.
You said,
Yes, I do.
okay.
Question is, I know it's not likely to happen. I'm not going to speak on my case or anything, but me and my fiance, that's pregnant, just moved here a week ago. It's unlikely for me to either post a bond. I don't know, have no contact with anybody, and the fact that she doesn't know nobody out here. So even the court date being on 19th is like a lot. Like I just moved here a week ago. I was requesting like some kind of signature bond to get back out there with her and get this rectified. I've never been to jail before or anything.
So, Mr. Ellis, if you contact the bonding companies, I think there are 4 or 5 that are authorized to write bonds here in this county. They will work with you. They may put you on a payment plan. That's their only business model, is getting people out of jail. So you're going to have to take the effort and to call these bonding companies and speak to them and see what you can work out. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. You're free to go back.
Mr. Gonzalez.
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning. Hold on.
On the form, it should be Arela Jesus.
Okay. Okay. You're listed on my paperwork as last name being Arello. Sir, you're charged with 1 count of forgery in the 4th degree, which is a misdemeanor. I'm going to set a bond at $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Sure.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Gardner?
Did you say yes?
Yes.
Okay, you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Yes,
Mr. Glass.
Mr. Glass, sir, you're charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce, 1 count of speeding, 25 miles over the speed limit, and use of possession of drug-related objects. The bond has been set by schedule on the marijuana charge and the speeding charge. You're going to have a $1,500 bond on possession of marijuana, 1 ounce or less, and $500 for the speeding charge. You're going to have a $1,500 $1,500 bond set for the use or possession of drug-related objects. So your total bond is going to be $3,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out. Then you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're going to hire your own lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
All right, you're free to go back, Mr. Glass.
Mr. Gordon,
Mr. Gordon, sir, you're charged, I'm doing well. You're charged with one count of use of possession drug-related objects. Bond's gonna be set at $1,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is gonna be set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Can you say the date of the court date one more time?
October 19th at 8:30 in the morning. But once you bond out, that date, by operation of law, that date gets changed to a new date.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, free to go back.
Mr. Ingram,
Mr. Ingram, so you're charged with one count of driving on a suspended license. Bond's gonna be set at $1,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
It's already tried to do it.
It's already been set or posted.
I already tried to do it, but the person was a scam, but it should be paid.
Okay. It sounded like you said the bond has been set, has been paid.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. The bond was about to be paid, but the person that they sent the payment to was a scam. Like it was a scam. They called acting like they were part of jail before I contacted my people in custody last
Oh,
night. But it should be posted on the end of the day.
okay. So the bond is going to be, I'm gonna speak on that in a minute. Bond's going to be set at $1,500. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set on October 19th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. The date will get waived once you bond out. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No, sir.
You said no?
No, sir.
Okay. So, Mr. Ingram, I would encourage you to write, to contact the police about what happened to you or the person who actually tried to pay the money, so that something can be done about that. I would not let it just go by.
Yes, sir. I got a quick thing. I ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Like you said, my bond 1,500, but last night it was 1,000.
I'm sorry.
So my bond went up last night.
The driving on suspended license is set by schedule, which means it's automatically set at 1,500. I don't know what it was last night.
$1,000 last night. It was $253 to get out.
So that they may have charged you with no license originally. That's generally $1,000 bond, and they must have upped the charge. On your warrant paperwork, it says that that you could not produce a driver's license. It looks like they said they pulled you over because they believe your tent was too dark. And during that discussion that you could not produce a driver's license. And that is the bond amount for driving with no license
I
is
saw.
$1,000.
I saw.
Okay. I would speak to your lawyer and about it. And if what you're telling me is the truth, the lawyer can help you. Okay. All right, sir, you're free to go back.
Mr. Isaiah Jones.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Jones. So you're charged one count of armed robbery, one count of cruelty to children in the first degree. Both of these are felony offenses. I am not allowed to set bond on an armed robbery charge at the first appearance. I've set a bond of $5,000 on a cruelty to children in this first degree. And I've placed a stay away provision for Jake Kern Thomas. Do you understand the stay away provision?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. You're going to also have a bond hearing date set for October 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Mm.
I haven't had the chance to contact my people yet to see if they got a lawyer yet, so.
Okay. Well, if they have gotten a lawyer, you can just discharge this lawyer, just tell the lawyer that you're going with a different lawyer, and then they'll be fine. It says here that you said you earn $16,000 a month. That's a little too much to qualify for the appointment of a lawyer. So you're gonna have to hire your own lawyer.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any questions of me, sir?
I'm sorry.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Mr. Jacob.
How you doing, y'all?
I'm doing well. You're Reginald Jacob.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jacob, sir, you're charged with one count of simple battery. Bond's gonna be set at $4,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is gonna be set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. The date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Mr. DeMichael Jones.
Good morning,
Good morning, Mr. Jones. Sir, you're charged with one count of pointing a pistol at another and one count of using fighting words. There's going to be a $3,000 bond for the misdemeanor offense of pointing a gun at another, and $1,500 bond for the use of fighting words. Do you believe you can post this total bond of $4,500?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Tiffany Mallory. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Mr. Farzad,
Sir, you're charged with one count of trafficking marijuana. This is one of those offenses that I am unable to set bond on at first appearance. So bond is going to be denied pursuant to Georgia statute 17-6-1. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. You're going to also have a bond hearing date set for October 22nd at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of lawyer? Are you gonna hire your own lawyer? Okay. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
No, so I have to wait for my second bond hearing to get bond.
No, your lawyer can potentially, well, your lawyer can speak with the district attorney's office, someone in the district attorney's office about a consent bond. They can agree to consent to a bond for you. And if they do, they'll present it to a judge and judge sign off on it.
All right.
Okay. Is there anything else, sir?
No, thank you, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
McDuffie,
Good morning,
Morning, Mr. McDuffie, sir, you're charged one count of terroristic threats, one count of public drunkenness, and one count of disorderly conduct. You're gonna have a $3,000 bond set on the terroristic threats or acts charge. You're gonna have a $1,000 bond set on the public drunkenness charge and a $1,500 bond set on the disorderly conduct. So that's going to be a total bond of $5,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. The date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Sir.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay. You're free to go back.
Your Honor, next is gonna be the add-on for the mail side.
Okay, Mr. Quinterp. Good morning, sir. You're charged with one count of trafficking in marijuana, and this is also an offense where I cannot set bond at this stage. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 20th, and you're going to also have a bond hearing date set for October 22nd. Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer, or do you want me to see if you qualify?
Hire my own lawyer, Your Honor.
Okay.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Did you say I could bond out if my lawyer reaches out to somebody, you said?
The district attorney's office. At this point, the district attorney or her designated person can agree to a bond.
Before my bond.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, we see these cases all the time.
Yeah.
And most of the people don't have maybe like one or two arrests or misdemeanor conviction.
Yeah.
So it'll be something the district attorney's office would have to agree to between now and the 22nd. And my understanding is some people are getting bonds.
Yeah.
but your lawyer is going to have to speak to the district attorney.
So even if I was like, I didn't have nothing.
Well, the way that it works, especially when you're talking about drugs, possession can be actual or it can be constructive. And so you don't necessarily have to touch the item or have the item in your possession if they can prove that you have constructive possession.
Okay, but can I ask another question?
Sure.
What is my co-defendant? Okay. Never mind, sir.
Well, I'll say this to you, Mr. Quinter. We live in a world where there are cameras everywhere. And so I would speak to my attorney about it, because some of the stuff that you're saying to me, if they have you on a camera acting in concert with another person, that's enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, sir. You're free to go back.
So you said October 19th?
That is the preliminary hearing date, but you should speak to your lawyer about these dates and see what the lawyer can do for you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Ms. Thompson?
Mr. Thompson.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're charged with one count of simple assault. I've set the bond at $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay.
I
Would you
don't
like
have-
for me? Would
I
you
don't
like
have
for me to
to.
see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir, I would.
Okay. You do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Let's see.
I don't have $20 to my name, just what I got that I put in was $20 the other day here at the court. Never been in trouble before. I get $866 a month, but that's disability. I've had so many surgeries and things over the years, and it takes every bit of that and then some to make it.
I see. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from a hammock. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 19th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your ability to bond out. I would encourage you, Mr. Thompson, to contact the bonding companies because their business model is getting people out of jail.
Okay.
And they will work with you. Do you want me to see if you, well, I've already appointed you a lawyer. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
No, sir, not now. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Mr. Thompson, you're free to go back.
Ms. Tillery?
Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning, Mr. Tillery. Sir, you're charged with one count of defective headlights and one count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. You're gonna have a $500 bond set on the defective headlights charge and a $3,000 bond set on the violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. So that's gonna be a total bond of $3,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
You're gonna have a preliminary hearing date set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir. And can I ask you a question too?
Yes, sir. Give me 1 second. You do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have, what is your question?
Oh, okay, about that defective tail light. It, all right, never mind.
Yes, Mr. Tillery. You can, there's no way for me to litigate that issue right now
I understand.
because it would take two sides.
I understand.
Okay, so tell it to your lawyer. Your lawyer will assist you, okay?
You have a great.
You too.
Ms. Touchstone,
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning. I was trying to figure out if you were my former client, Sam Touchstone. So, Mr. Touchstone, as your former lawyer, you have the right to say you don't want me to pass on any of this stuff.
Go ahead, y'all. I'm just trying to get out of jail. Get a bond and get out of jail.
Okay. I'm gonna set your bond at $5,000 on the battery and $5,000 at the robbery by sudden snatching. So that's gonna be a total bond of $10,000. Do you think you can pay that?
No, sir. My mother just passed and all my funds are tied up. Can I get a reduction?
Tell you what, I'll reduce this battery down to 2,500. So that'll be 7,500. The robbery by sudden snatching is the thing that concerns me the most, although it seems like it's a it may not be as bad as the way that it's written. But it is a felony offense. All right. Tell you what. I'm going to reduce the robbery by sudden snatching down to 2,500 also. And that'll be a total bond of $5,000. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from this Christine Allen. Do you understand that?
Sir.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 20th at 8:30 in the morning. But that date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer, or you're going to hire your own lawyer?
See if I qualify.
Are you currently working?
No, sir. My mother just passed and I've been in a bad car accident and I have a stroke.
Oh. All right, well, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. And I'm sorry to hear about your mother.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, I hope things turn around. For you, and I'm sorry to hear that you had some health issues. So take care of yourself, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
That's gonna be everything on the calendar, Your Honor.
Okay, let me ask you this question. I didn't get a list today, but I got a warrant for Gregory Taylor, but it didn't print out. So it wasn't populated on our side. There's a DUI charge. So I'll see if this person appears tomorrow.
Okay,
All right.
yes, sir.
Thank you for your assistance. You guys have a good